All right, I've taken off half the position, so that's good. Now I just want my functionality work before I get smoked in this. I might add. I might add here. I don't know if I can though. First off, don't know if the rule will let me, but let's just try with 0.1%. Add at the close, bro. Damn, dude. I understand so much better now working with developers. Like, bro, why is this break when that we add this? But I'd always get mad, like not mad at them, but like be a little frustrated myself. It's like, dude, this is so hard. Like communicating with a developer, and it's just I think it is what it is. When you change the whole functionality or the layout, things break. So I'm glad I did this now instead of like a month from now. All right, and you can see in this screenshot, I have an ad selected. And let's make that add to position just to be a little more clear. And then it'll say close position as the other one. This will just make it much more clear. But anyways, I have an ad selected, but the action button is still showing a close. Remember, right when I click the ad, that button should change immediately. You can see in this screenshot, I'm trying to add 0.1%, and it doesn't highlight that point 0.1 in the ad box. And it also doesn't show on the action button. I love what you did on YouTube. Thank you. I didn't want to like, I don't know. You guys have been with me for so long. So if you can't afford the $5 for a ticket or you're not already a member, I didn't want to just like kick them out all the way. Still want to let them listen in, see some things. But I thought this was a pretty good solution for now. Just like if you want in and you want my attention, if you want to see the code, those things, let's keep that private. But let the YouTube have something. Let them have something. Because they've been here too. They're the reason we're all here, you know. You guys came from YouTube probably too. So try to be fair. Try to be fair. Okay, so good thing I took some position off. So this is a little bit of a pullback, but I'm not here to say which way the price is gonna go. Just trying to control the controllables with the quant app. The quant app is a way for me to implement some of my ideas into an app that anybody in the world can use that's using Hyperliquid. Few streams in, yep, you have been. I'll close this at break even for the rest of the position since I've already taken off half, but that's a panic sell if I do. So just to let you know that I'm a human still and I will panic. I will panic sell. But I can't panic sell as well here, at least. Okay, point 0.5, that's working. So let's say point 0.1. I'll add to the position, see if it works. On the fourth tick, 99 margin, leverage, total size. Let's get it. Recent data here. Getting recent market data. Okay, it's entering, adding to long. BTC $99 at 40x leverage, adding to long. Beautiful. So it's buying on the fourth tick here. The green is to attract you towards the green because it's free. So I want to attract my eye to this green. Always think, damn, I should click that green. I did add $100 to the position. So that add functionality works. That add functionality works, which is nice. She did make an update though, so let's go ahead and try it out. Can't remember what she updated though, is the thing. So order settings here, close. Let's see if the that doesn't work. Okay, that works. Eight. Okay, that's what she updated. 100%. I want to close 100% under 87101. Okay. This is closed 5% though. So that's a little odd. Okay, under 87101, I will take the L, but let's see if it's scheduled. It's scheduled. Okay, perfect. Also, when the schedule happens, let's make sure that it goes to that tab. If they click a schedule of, like, for example, protect profits or schedule liquidation, it will flip them to that tab and then put the schedule in there. So it's, some more action there. Like you could tell a little bit more. We just need some sort of feedback, essentially. Okay, so more liquidations coming in. These are the late longs here. I have to buy some of it. I have to buy a little bit. I have to. I gotta buy people's liquidations. Now this guy is still here. These two guys, I mean, I could see a world like that goes down and takes everybody out. Yeah, I could definitely see that. So we'll see. I'll be buying right here with these guys getting liquidated. Because I've taken this size down more than 50%, which is good. Um, this would be an absolute travesty if this kept going down. It would liquidate these guys, then we're moving back up. That's my thoughts, but are my thoughts correct? That's the thing. Uh, Point one. Okay, so you can see the calculator is not working either. Also, you can see here in the second image that the calculations when adding don't work. So I put like point two, it should calculate what's point two of my portfolio, and then that's the size it would be, and then it would add that actual amount of margin to the button as well. So it's very clear. Thank you. This is so interesting doing this live, bro, because I'm literally live cash building an app that could literally send me to zero. If there's like a bug, there's a bug, dude. A bug just goes on a crazy sell. I don't want this order here. What I am gonna do though, I just want to test it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do this. So close here under the liquidations. I want to make sure it works. Okay, I want to make sure it works. So I'll close 10%, and that will go under here, and that should now send me over there. Okay, let's restart that. We do have some Solana stuff to look into here today. Okay. This got everybody long this morning. Wow, this is a brutal, brutal market. It's a brutal, brutal move, dude. It's a brutal, brutal move. But it is giving me an opportunity to get bigger size if I still feel like this is going up. Why do I feel like it's going up? That's the question that I don't have the answer to. I think these guys could get liquidated. So I'm not gonna over leverage this. I already took off, I took profit. I took profit and now I just need to not lose that exact profit back with this half size position. But these late longs, they got licked. Are they going to liquidate these two guys? That's my question. That's the only question I have. If they do, okay, I've got some bullets. I've got $4,000 I can throw at it. I'm in a margin right now of $800. I was up to about 2000. So obviously you should have taken more profit, but you can't answer that. I can't foresee that, you know? It's unforeseeable. And let's go ahead and let's put a stop loss on here. How about that? Order settings here. Close. It's under risk actually. Stop. I would change that to like 10% because 10% of $800 is about 80 bucks, and I already took a bunch of profit. So let's keep it here, and I'll say I confirm. Okay. So now I have a 10% stop loss, and I am in desperate need of some food as I've been up since 5 a.m. So I'm gonna take a 10-minute break here and make a smoothie real quick. But I encourage you to do the same thing. And I'll be back after I send in this prompt, of course. So let's see what she did. Calls to all settings handlers. Okay, close settings, protect profits. Made the sticky button always be extremely detailed. Okay, beautiful. Let's go ahead and refresh this and go ahead and send in this. And now she'll be working. She should be monitoring my stop loss of 10% here. We did have some more liquidations here. What's going on with the other market here? Because this determines a lot of things as well. Okay, so I just don't want this stop on there to be real. I don't want the stop on there. If that's my entry, I want to buy these liquidations. Everybody that just entered this morning, right up here, that's who's giving their cash back right here. Lucky, I had my app here to tell me when liquidations went off, and I got over the hack at 20 minutes before this happened. Um, I was able to enter down here. So I'm not part of this late long gang. I'm part of the early long gang that could be super fucking wrong gang and get licked out here gang. So this trading stuff, 40x, it's not for me, not for you, not for humans, but everybody's doing it. So I got to figure out how to make it a little profitable. We'll see. We'll see if I can. I will keep this on. I'm gonna drink some water, come back with some full stomach and step on the gas for the remainder of the day. I'm sorry this might go past noon. Um, this is how it's gonna go though. There's not gonna be any time to it. Like I'll be on at 8, maybe earlier, and I'll send you the Zoom link. I'm tempted to add. I'm gonna add a little bit, a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little bit, just a little bit. So let's say order settings, add. And I'm just going to add just a little bit, 0.1%. And it doesn't work. So there we go. 0.1. Nah, it flashes back. So I can't even add. I hope it closes if I need to. YOLO. Let's go over to the other quant app because I think I do have that open as well. Thought I did at least. I don't. Okay, I got no backup here.
So don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking.
See you
Don't
right
let
back.
them
don't run with the pack. If everyone is trying to solve the same problem, hopeful people, that's the latest and greatest thing to do. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Do something original. Don't follow the pack.
Don't follow the pack. Don't follow the pack. That's it. That was Jim Simons. All I can do is listen and try to learn. I will learn from good, bad, and ugly. Tell me anything. I don't care. I'll learn from it. Okay, so let's see how this is doing here. Restart. What are you running in the background is my question. Because once we start the app, all this should be in the app, right? So it looks like you're like going for the account and running stuff, which I don't think you need to do anymore. Thank you. So the app is running. Hey, it looks like every time you run this, you're running something in the background, and you don't need to run that anymore. You can just go ahead and launch the app for me, and then all the backend processes will be done through the app. So the app is running. Okay, here's the summary of what I made. All right, so let's keep testing this. But what I want to do now is I want to get some back tests going. So if you do have ideas you're curious about, go through, throw them in the chat. Um, but I'm gonna get some back tests going here while I kind of test this. Let's see if close 10% still works. That should work. We already tried that. Order settings here. Close. Still not a great UI, in my opinion, but I'll keep working on it. Close on short licks. Close 10%. Pick 4 at 1 million liquidations. But look at this, bro. So you can see that it was showing 10%, but the thing selected was different. There's a mismatch here. Go ahead and just launch the app and then we'll be able to iterate through this. I think you keep running background processes like calling my account, etc. And you don't need to do all that stuff. Just you can launch the app now and then I'll keep iterating with you. I have zero risk controls right now. Uh, okay, now we got some risk. Now we got some risk controls. Also, my minimum account balance is 3%. And the app messed up, honestly. Like I think it's retaking. Maybe it's because I just launched a new one. That's why. Nah, I don't know. But it says my starting amount was actually like my amount that I got to in a few or one trade. One trade. I'm so curious what she's doing in the background here. Let's go ahead and keep trying to let's try the under here. Close. What did we get under there? Yeah, we did. I would have closed. Damn, dude. Hmm. What's my entry? 87014. Let's just have this working here. Wait, I must have closed some then, huh? Because if I had scheduled here, maybe I canceled it. So that's my entry. 87014. Okay. 87030. How about? Close 100% on one tick. Just get me out of there. If the price goes under that. Close 100% at one tick. Okay. That looks good. Schedules close when price drops below 87101. 87030. That's a bear. So what happens right now with the close under protect? I put in my own um number and it deleted the connection. It's it the highlight of the close under deleted when I put my own number. But then when I click the under again, it put in the default. So it should really only put in the default one time. It sees we're in a position. Okay, I'll put the protect default there. I think the way you set it up right now is if I click under or over, it's going to figure out what that 0.1% is and then put it in there. But the problem there is if I put in a number and then I click under, then it's going to override it. And the thing is when I do put in a number, it unselects the under over. So you can't really have a custom number at this point. Wow, wow, wow. So we'll get that fixed. I'm gonna pick up this book as well because I've got the AI backtester here, and I want to just keep loading more and more backtests into the quant app so we can see what actually works in the past. So you can see I added a bunch on 1227, so that was a couple days ago now. Yesterday was full emergency mode. Um, but today we're back. We're back. We are back. So I've got this big old textbook of a bunch of ideas. And essentially, I need to find my AI agents GitHub. We have AI agents. Okay. And then I just need to go ahead and update my ideas.txt. I should have done this a long time ago. My bad, bro. I could have had this going the whole time. For real. We just move this over here. Prying eyes on the outside. We got prying eyes on the outside, so I got to be a little. I got to think through where I put my windows now. You know? Okay, we got the agents here. Let's put them over here. Let's keep my code nice and safe from the outsiders. I fuck with them. I mean, they're us. We're all started at YouTube. I do. It's just that like there's one out of 100 people are bad apples, and somebody hacked me. So I don't think any of my hackers are gonna come up in the Zoom. Fuck, they probably would. There's less of a chance. There's less of a chance. And if you buy a ticket for $5, you're allowed to hack me. That's pretty much it. Or you have a better chance. I don't think those are the same people. So much love to you guys. You made it into the Zoom. You are my inner circle. Good to see you, Rowan.
Don't run with the pack. If everyone is trying to solve the same problem, hopeful people, that's the latest and greatest thing to do. Don't do that. Do something original. Don't follow the pack.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna fill up some of these back tests here in a second. Make sure everything is set here. What is she doing back there? That's what I'm wondering, dude. I'm just gonna stop you. Launch the app before you get started, and maybe you're running it in the terminal or something, but you're just sitting there for 20 minutes running something. And I had to kill it because you weren't getting into an end. So try not to do that anymore. Just essentially like just launch the app. Yeah, launch the app for me and then answer my questions and let's just build opposed to running some bash for 20 minutes. I don't know how to explain it better than just don't run background tasks. If you need me to run something, I'll run it. If it's a quick background test, you can do that. But just like the forever runs, those are wild B. I'm over here scolding my AI. I feel bad, to be honest. I started halfway through that prompt. I'm like, damn, I'm being mean, aren't I? Like she's got feelings. Okay, so let's go through here, and I've got a bunch of ideas here because I got this old big old book, textbook, the biggest textbook in the world. It's probably one of the biggest I've seen ever. A lot of these coding textbooks are big. Machine learning, that's another big one. But this has got to be the biggest. Okay, so adjusting bands for effective price containment. I know that's not a strategy, but I'm just curious to use some of these big words, see what they come up with. Price containment, like that can be interpreted by an AI for something. Japanese candlesticks. Sorry for the nose blowing, sneezing, sniffling. It's that time of the year again. Okay, so I'm just going through and finding anything interesting. It's called the Handbook of Technical Analysis. Filtered Japanese candlesticks. What are Japanese candlesticks? I do not know. I do not know, but I built a system here that will test ideas for me. And if they're good, they'll float to the top. If they're not, I will never even think about them, which is an interesting concept, you know? It's an interesting concept. Is it right? I don't know. I have found some good ideas that I've never thought of by kind of just spamming my AI agent flow to backtest for me. And we can actually just go ahead and get them started with these three while I go through the book. And you should see, okay, now she has started. So great. So I'm using Grok for fast reasoning. And I'm going to go ahead and keep just like skimming the book, coming up with some things to give them, just nudges, really. You could probably be much more precise too. Like That's why I gave this agent out to the world, dude, because I think it's just so new and you could give them precise strategies or try all types of things. But that's gone now. Point and figure charts, bullish percent index, Ichimoku overlay, Ichimoku overlay. Elliott wave analysis. Heikinashi, thank you. Heikinashi, I think that's a bar type, right? So I'm curious to see what they come up with there, but I'll throw anything in, dude. Takes like 2 cents. 2 cents to do something that used to take me 8 hours when I first got started, dude. You should have seen how fucking fast I ran home from the coffee shop when I found my first back test that was a winner. I'm a year in, maybe. I don't know, 6 months in. Yeah, 6 months in probably. And time is just hard for me to comprehend. But I learned how to code and I started back testing. Back testing, back testing, back testing. And one day, one of my back tests hit. I ran home, thought I was the man. My flip flops sprinting. I gotta go. I love those points of life though, when like you just have such a big idea and you're just so thrilled. Just run. Just gotta run. You just gotta get it done. Just gotta get it done. Hikinashi, Hikinashi 80X. Oh my goodness. Copy. Me hit save so they can keep going. Hey, so we got 9 ideas. I think they already finished 3 of them. But essentially, I'm only gonna see them if they're winners because I got them right here. See if there's any winners yet. Yeah, no winners yet so far. So that was about the first 3. And that's okay because I feel like it's one out of 20, especially with AI. Like as a human, but it's gonna take you 8 hours. As a human, you can like keep tweaking it until it looks great. Like when I ran home from the coffee shop, I was just sitting there tweaking overfit and a strategy. Of course, you're eventually gonna find something that works, but it's still a good feeling. Still a good feeling. You're like, damn, this is the way. And now I'm back here using 40x leverage. But I think this is going to be helpful for some people. Just have to manage my time well, and it's easy to um, spend all day just incrementing, just incrementally changing things on an app. So I think it's important that I do have this book up here or some sort of book at all times. because I can always be skimming the books and coming up with ideas and either sending it to the back tester or building on my own back tests or bot, etc. Peace, Jane. Have a great day. Um, and then it's like a win-win because this does take a while
before
to run.
you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4. Right. So now what you have as the years go on, separation that you have with your competitors, peers, just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. By year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch them.
They're never going to catch up. Motive waves? Like, what the hell? Motive waves? Damn, why do I speak like that? Motives waves plus ADX. Corrective waves. Motive waves and corrective waves. Motive waves, corrective waves, ADX. So every single line is, I'm saying a set of AI agents to go back test for me. Because back testing will tell me if things work in the past. If they work in the past, they're much more likely to work in the future. Not guaranteed. Now, I know everybody wants to trade by hand with 40x leverage. So I'm also trying to help that process out with the quant app because people who want to learn how to automate their trading have already joined the boot camp. You have everything I know about automated trading. One thing I haven't conquered ever is manual trading with 40x leverage. I got licked over and over and over again. That's what got me in automated trading. But if the crowd, 99% of people are still using 40x leverage, I have to eventually build a solution for it. So I spent the last 5 years automating these processes. I got the RBI agent here, parallel processing these 14 ideas. I got hella books at the crib, hella books, you know? I'm not just playing with this. I've purchased every book that I could. I have unlimited ideas without the books. So I have this 7,000 page. How many pages is this? Okay, it's only 950 pages, but 950-page book here with a ton of ideas plus my experiences. I'm just going to keep feeding the AI agents to do the work. Now, yes, this is the lazy way. Yes, this is probably not going to be as high of a hit rate. But if I can use agents to test 1,000 things, back test ideas, while it would take me to build one. Like I'm more of a numbers guy like that. You know, I like to take shots. I know for a fact if you shoot the basketball more often, you score more often, miss or make. Kobe, he was a ball hog. He was a ball hog. His teammates, some of his teammates hated him, but he kept shooting, kept shooting, kept shooting, and now he's remembered as one of the best ever. I obviously have an opinion on that, but we won't go there. We won't go there. No, not gonna go there today. All right, so let's make sure this is okay. I got my stop loss here. I think I do take a little bit off this, right? Because I added a little bit and I need to keep testing it. And now that we have the agents running, I will just simply wait for them to be done with finding some winners. And they should find some winners off 14 ideas. And if they don't, I'm just keep coming back. Okay, you can see one winner here. Had 23 trades. Drawdown is nice, 3.3, but the return is 2.10. So exposure time's only 1% though. So that changes the entire game for me. If I see a return that's low, it's like, meh, okay. But the exposure time is only 1% of the time. So that capital is free. Still, the EV is not good, 0.12. I like 0.2 or better. Thanks, Nate. Um, so yeah, it's technically it made it to my screen, but I have a bunch of filters here. So still not my favorite. So here's another one that just popped in. 7 trades. EV is better. So I'm looking for a 0.2 or better. Exposure time is 0.14%. So it's barely ever in the market. It's only 7 trades. That being said, that's like, okay, that's not going to trigger often. That's good. You know, the less often you're in the market, the less risk you're taking, in my opinion, at least. Sortino is 2.7. Sharp's not very good. And the return's also not very good. It's a better drawdown than the other one, though. So obviously, buy and hold's always not always going to win. Not always going to win on a 10-year time frame with BTC. Absolutely always going to win. And again, that might not be always either. Um, what I do before AI, I was shit, I've done a lot, dude. I had the direct thing was advertising, marketing and advertising. I built a bunch of apps in the past, like games and stuff, and other type of apps. The start of the app store or near the start of the app store. Done a lot of e-commerce stuff. Shit, e-commerce, apps, SaaS. I've been on the internet for a long time, long, long time. All that leads you to ads too. So, e-commerce and apps specifically, those are pretty much just being a good at Facebook ads. Not only that, because you do have to build a product for apps and stuff, but by the end of it, it was like mostly ad buying. And then that led me to like having a SaaS, ad SaaS, and getting big clients. I'd buy their ads for them and just arb it. For example, they buy from, I was just trading a different market, really. They would buy, say, app installs for $1, and I would go buy them for 50 cents. And they would need X number of installs per day. And it scaled very beautifully, very beautifully. But it came down to the exact same principles I follow here in automated trading. So when I was younger, I built apps. But how did I build those apps? I tried to like drop my ego a little bit, and I learned when I was younger that the hard part is getting users. It's not the product. So the way I got successful in apps back in the day was I just tested a bunch of apps. I just built a lot of them. I built a lot of them. I'm talking like 100, 200, 300, 1,000. And then I just followed the data. I'm a data dog. The data told me to build this specific type of game. Okay, then I invested a bunch of money to build this specific type of game because I had all the data and I knew I could get users. Okay, that game did really well. Um, but it was just based off of data. It wasn't a niche that I absolutely loved of gaming, but the data told me to do that. So it's just like spam test, spam test. And that's what I'm doing with this agent right here. Is I'm spam testing back tests. I'm spam testing different, back in the day it was apps. I'm gonna see what works. I have my ideas now. I'm 5 years deep. I saw what works. Okay. Liquidations seem to do really well on the back test. Okay, let's build a little quant app for that. So I like to go wide and then focus in where the data shows to go, opposed to like, oh, I've got a big idea. Everybody wants it in the world, whether that's an app or an algo idea. I think this idea is going to be absolutely fire. Let me just go ahead and build it and then spend all my time on building it and ignoring the facts that the data says go this way, though. So I did that with apps. Then I did that with ads. And I built a SaaS to mass test, just like I'm mass testing here for those ads, because those apps that I had, that one game that it pointed me towards, the data pointed me towards, that the only way to get users was to use Facebook ads. And the game of ads was the same game. RBI system, research backtest, implement, research backtest, do it more than anybody else. More than anybody else. I'm thinking of new ideas. I'm looking at other people's ads. I'm looking at movies, TV, everything. Everything is an idea. And with ads, Facebook ads, that was a marketplace. I'm just buying from Facebook and trying to get them into my app where I monetize, let's say, again, a, a dollar monetized, you got to buy for 50 cents. And I was a little guy just doing it independently. So I didn't have a big budget. Most of the app companies now have like hundreds of millions of dollars to spend on advertising.
Imagine you had everything you wanted, everything. Imagine you were everything you ever wanted to be and capture that feeling. That's the easiest way to manifest what you want.
14M, dude. 14M. So I would way rather just take 1,000 attempts at this instead of having a 14M position. He was at actually 90M before. That's the crazy thing. He's been in control of this market for the last 2 weeks. So I've been watching him, his entries and exits, and he's going crazy, dude. He's lost 80 million, but he could be hedging. And that's kind of what I'm starting to think because he must be like hedging against maybe some altcoin longs. That's my best idea of what he's doing. But yeah, I've watched these guys for a while. They're all liquidated except this guy and Christmas Eve dude. He's been uncomfortable for since Christmas Eve though. So this is just a hard market to trade, long or short. Look at this. But it's a good if you have a system, I feel like this is good volatility. Great volatility. Up and down, up and down. So yeah, I'm just trying to build this app out and see what happens. Um, launch this, fixes, okay, input state, load sync. Now the compact close percent should show the actual state value. Okay, button highlighted sync. All compact buttons now properly highlight on load. Unified button display. Okay, now updates on load. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Just test more, dude. Test more than everybody else and just follow the data. Be a day dog. That's it. Let's get it. Okay, so I see a little 777 right here. That's fire. Let's try to close just a little bit, make sure everything's working. On short licks, definitely I want to close 100% if there's more than 2 million, 3 million of short licks. 2 million, 2 million. Let's do 1 million. So trigger close, tick 5 at 1 million short licks, 100% close. Scheduled closes. What the hell? That's fine, I guess. But now we're going back to the list, bro. Uh, I'll come at that later. I want to make sure this is all functional and safe for me to use because I don't feel safe right now. Not after all these changes. So order settings here. If I say at short licks here, dang. All right, so you can see this screenshot. I'm trying to set up another close after I already set up an on licks close, and that this close would be at licks. So what should happen is if the on licks is selected, and then the user goes to the next row and clicks, let's say short at licks, it should unselect the on licks. It should pretty much switch to a new, oh snap, they're on a new scheduling meter here. Let's respect what they clicked. So in this scenario, I clicked short licks. short at lick number, and it's still the on licks was still highlighted, so it just didn't work. All right, so mad respect to any software developers out there, app developers. Shit, if I worked with you in the past, dude, I have so much more respect for you now that I'm in the weeds. Damn. And working with clients is crazy. That's tough, dude. That's tough. Because I can imagine what that's like. Okay, so it looks like she's done with these 111 total. So I'll get that big ass book here in a second. Compacting conversation. Let's get it now. No, actually, what I want to do is I want to give him another run because I think this is an interesting idea too. Because if you think about it, you've used AI enough. You know, it pops out different stuff every time. So I'm gonna just give it those 14 again. And I don't know exactly how much it costs, but it's not crazy. It's nothing that I'm tripping about. So I want to get as many shots up as possible. So I did 111 back tests right there. Okay, and then I want to keep testing this. So let's try the protect. Close 100% under. Yeah, so that's like a so for that example, if I were to schedule on Licks one, it's short, okay, it's highlighted, but then if I went then after that, I went and tried to schedule an under one for the protect section, it should unhighlight any columns it's not using or any rows it's not using. Remember, there can only be a highlight on one singularly at a time for the on licks, at lick, or the protect section. The close and the ticks, those are standard for all, and those highlights can stay. And when I say highlight, I mean actually for the orders. So like update the button as well. You know what I mean, dog. That's funny, bro. It's I just looked at the video on YouTube, dude. That shit don't even work. The little black screen I got there doesn't even work, dude. That's so funny. Doesn't even work. All right, I'm changing that. So good thing I'm on it, kind of. A little slow, a little slow. And of course, somebody's gonna tell me that. They're gonna be like, they're gonna snitch on themselves. I'm making that black screen black, 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 open, hacks, tall. Okay. Wait, I don't need Photoshop for this. Discard. Okay, let's go to Canva here. Way easier. And create. What's a video, bro? What the hell? Share, download, PNG. There we go.
Imagine you had everything you wanted, everything. Imagine you were everything you ever wanted to be and capture that feeling. That's the easiest way to manifest what you want.
Okay, stream ads here. Let's go get the downloads. So good, dude. Okay, let's go ahead and switch that out here. Let's go say properties here and then browse here and then stars blocked or key open. Boom. How about that? How about now? That looks good. Probably better just black, but day one, dude. Day one. I just need some safety measures here. So I think that's better. The app is running with the from my previous session. You can test it. Okay. Let's go ahead and say refresh here. And then let's go ahead and give her this next prompt here. Shout out to Canva, man. Shout out to Canva. Shout out to Canva, dude. Oh, cool, 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 cool. Three closed scheduling methods. Only one can be active at a time on licks. Okay. At lick. Beautiful. What happens now? Clicks on licks. Beautiful, beautiful. This should be perfect. There is audio. Yeah. My bad. I just left for a second. Had to clean out my smoothie cup because I don't know if you ever had a smoothie before, and if you let it sit for too long, it's a bitch to try to clean later. So I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right, so we are at 1 million of licks or 100,000 of licks in the last 10 minutes. So I do have a scheduled close of 100% at 1 million. See if that triggers. I think that's a little early to be honest, because how many liquidations did we have this morning? Like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. But I want to make sure everything works. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's do that. So on licks, short licks, I want to schedule the close of 10%. Okay, short. Let's try that. I want to be able to schedule all these things how I would like them. So I also want to close if, dang. Oh, maybe I didn't refresh it. I did refresh it though. Let's try it again. So I've got the scheduled close there. And now I want to say on short legs, see if this one works at least. On long legs, short legs.
Don't even think about it, bro. Just keep going. Let them find out who it was. They gonna be on you.
Let's go above. Okay, that works. Under works. Close when price rises above that. That could be wait. That could be interesting. Closing at above a price. Well, it's above that price right now, so let's see if you can just get out of 1% if it would trigger. Just robustness testing this. Protects if price goes under. So do you see that? I'm in a position and I was trying to put if price over, close if over. It was on protect. Close, but I was using close if over a number and it just defaulted back to under. So it's like there's a hard default there. Also, another thing is when I'm trying to click at lick, another type of order at lick, long or short, it doesn't highlight, nor does it pop up in the liquidations from above. So those are two pretty big things. Thank you. Still don't know what actions does. Like what's on the actions tab? Our notes tab, chill. Still got my notes here. And today I didn't even write a plan, so I should be penalized automatically. I spoke it out though. I spoke it out. Let's go ahead and make sure that there's still strategies running here. So she completed 124 more. See if there's any winners. And let's also get some more ideas going. So while I'm kind of tinkering here, I can be spam testing back tests with my AI agents. So let's just move this here to there. Okay, perfect. Now I still got this here. And now I can come up with some ideas, but let's go ahead and do a little trading plan for today, even though I'm late. Pre-market, look for long or short licks. Same thing pretty much every day. Then take them over because that's what the big exchanges do. So I don't know if they do it, then I could try it at least. Okay. Live entered with upon a bunch of long licks. Pico bottom for now at least until I said that. Now it's gonna get smoked, but nice bottom entry. Okay. I closed half on the bounce to lock profits. Then stop loss to 10% to keep profits. Okay, so if everything works, that should be a profitable trade and it's over in my mind. It's over. It's over. It's not actually over because it's still open, but since I did take, I don't know the number of profits, but I should um be good as I did take 50% of like a $2,000 position. And I was fortunate to close it up here. So was that too early? Maybe. I don't know. I can't predict price. So just trying to control the controllables, really. Okay, so both issues have been fixed. Protect the over above, resetting to under. This issue was when position data updates every few seconds. Okay. Lick button not highlighting. Okay, let's go see if both of those are good now. I think that should be saved. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh this. Command R. I'm using Electron. I got a close of 10% when there's 1 million in liquidations. I want to try all, I want to have a close for every single setting. Just a robustness test it, 10%. When there's short licks, nah, gang, it still doesn't work. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Um, how do you open the console again? The Atlic's still not selected when I select it. How do you do that? Is the question. Oh, let's see what the console is saying when I click it. Command Shift I. Command Shift I. I got that. I got that in my bag. Command Shift I. Command Option I. Okay. It's Command Option I. Sheesh. Sheesh. Ooh, that looks poor when it gets smushed like that. Get to that later. Just want it to work. I have a stop loss of negative 10%, so that's good. Let's go ahead and try the licks. There's just no, yeah, it doesn't do anything there. Okay, so it actually doesn't send anything back when I click the at long or at lick long or short. Maybe that's the problem, gang. Um, let's go ahead here, and I want to go to the moon dash real quick. Okay, there's no API keys showing. I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. So what I want to do here is on moondev.com/live. If the current Eastern time is within the
Had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." That's something I always live by. Not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as you go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
Rest at the end.
Rest at the end.
C code, watch in HD, chat, and get a full recording. There's still time to join as Moondev is currently live. And then like a subheading saying something like, he be stepping on the gas. Maybe not like that, but and he's always live, dude. Always working on things. So if it's in between those times, it's pretty much a notification at the top showing that like, hey, boom, you can still join. I know it's currently live. Like we're telling you it's live. He's live right now in the Zoom, but that doesn't mean that you can't just get a ticket and pop in. You can go in and out throughout the day, but all the code and everything, chat, everything is going to be in the Zooms to keep things private from the lurkers with bad intentions. That's it. I got because somebody hacked me. At the end of the day, someone hacked me, so I'm showing too much. I'm showing too many things. My OPSEC is off. That's just I'm following the data, dude. I'm a data dog. The data tells me I got hacked. Okay, I probably put a little too much data out there for anybody to see. If you're willing to give me your email and throw 5 on it, okay, let's get it. But if not, then I don't want to take the stream away from you, dude. I understand you've been here for as long as I've been here, so I'm grateful for you and your good energy. That's why I just put this. You know, I'll give you like the free version of the stream. How about that? Free version of the stream. The freebie, the free download. So let's see how she's doing over here. Okay, so it's not the one. Done. The compact that licks in position tab now have click handlers. Okay, let's see how it does. I want to set up a close for each of these new features. They're not new, actually. They're just new UI for them. I don't understand how that breaks, but again, I'm not good. I'm not been here for a decade, so can't understand everything. It's just it's too much to understand. Eventually, you'll understand it for sure, for sure. Okay, 10% here takes short. Okay, sick. Nice. We're making progress. Now, when one is selected, remember it's supposed to populate all of the liquidation prices as buttons, so I can then pick which liquidation I'll be buying. You know, so if I click short, you should populate all the liquidation prices in from the shorts near liquidation. If I picked long, you should populate all of the liquidation prices from the longs near liquidation section as buttons, and then the user can say, "Hey, I want to schedule a short at this guy's liquidation," and then the close action would respond to that and then schedule that. Here's an example of the app we've already built and is complete and that is working perfectly. We are in the process currently of just rebuilding that perfect version with a new user interface, which makes me sick. But, but, I think it's going to be better to have tabs, or else I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be scrolling all day, and it's annoying. Hard to follow. It's hard to figure out where things are. I think this is a necessary thing to do. Some organization before I keep pushing this because everybody's using 40x leverage. Everyone's trading by hand. And if that's everybody, I got to try to help everybody. I got to. I know you're not supposed to do that. And I haven't been. And it's been great. I love showing you guys how to automate. I'm gonna keep doing it. It's not like I'm done. Just I gotta spend some time to get this to a point where I can make a decision whether it's worth it or not. Okay, I had 1 week that I returned 16%, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And I had some big bugs in there too. So that's I'm impressed. I'm impressed that I made it 7 days. I've never made it 7 days with 40x leverage. I can't remember one time I've ever made it 7 full days with 40x leverage. 40x leverage is like, damn, that's interesting actually. Yeah, that's it's scary. It's scary, scary, scary stuff. It's hard. It's like a bag of candy. It's like a bag of candy. You're gonna eat through that in no time. It's interesting actually. It's an interesting it's like a bag of candy or like a dessert. You have to get a smaller for me, I gotta get a smaller bag because I'm gonna eat the whole bag no matter what. So I have to get the smaller bag. Just like leverage. You gotta use less leverage or you're gonna blow the entire bag. So 40x leverage is crazy. If I could build an app to help 40x leverage traders because it's the number one product in crypto, 40x leverage, or max leverage. I keep saying 40x, but it's really max leverage. I just say 40x because I'm on Hyperliquid and building this on Hyperliquid. Okay, done, Moondev. When you click the long, okay, let's try it. Start monitoring. Okay. So let's go here to order settings and short liquidations. Okay, that's fine. Long liquidations. So if this guy, he's in control of the market and there's nobody liquidate above him, he can he's been pushing the price around. He's proven that he can to me at least. 810. Yeah, he moved the market this morning. That was him. 820, yes. Gish. He's still in control. I don't know who he is or what he does, but he's gotten smoked. He's lost 80% of his position, but for the last 2 weeks, I guess that that's an easy story to make up in your head as at the same time because if he's just been in the market for 2 weeks, I mean 2 weeks on 40x leverage is impressive. Even nah, he's lost 60%, 70%. That's not impressive. He's got to be hedging. It's got to be hedging. And I don't know. I'm in awe of this new layer to trading that we have access to now. Not only do we have the liquidations in the past, we've got the people's positions. We can see where they get liquidated. That's powerful. That's super powerful. I think, at least. But we all know that, can't hold your opinions too tight right here. So I looked pretty good. Short. And then if this guy gets licked,
Should be happy about it.
You're up too old.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. So close 10% at tick five at yeah. Um just got a little cosmetic. Yeah, drop the cents here and then just add liquidation at the end when it's at lick. I picked at lick and then I picked that number. So it should say close 10% at tick five at that price, no decimals, liquidation. Or lick, LIQ. Because now we're getting thick. But damn, I need to get a laptop. Well, I have one. I got a PC here. I got a PC because I got to test this on PC. Because I think that most people are using PC. What are you guys using? I'm using a Mac, but I don't think everybody uses Mac. So I gotta. And finance, I feel like finance is a PC world in general. Just like with Microsoft, what do you call it? Excel? Excel, yeah. I'm a Sheets guy. I'm a Sheets guy. Big Sheets guy. Google Sheets for the win. Love how they just make everything free. Oh, you want to compete? Okay, we'll just make it free and make it almost as good. Probably not as good if you're deep into Excel, but if you're not deep, deep, Okay, so she said we could restart it. I just want to get all of these closes in and see if it works for real. Because this is all like changeable. I can change this up. Um, okay, so I want to see short licks at this guy getting liquidated, and I want to sell 10%. No, I want to sell 75%. Close 75% on tick fifth at lick 88404. Yes. Close 75% at tick five at lick 88404. Okay. So none of the liquidation or any of the scheduling stuff need to have this close warning. So any of the scheduling entries or scheduling exits or scheduling partial exits, none of that needs to have the close warning. Thank you very much. It's fire that it's there. I'm glad it's there. And then same thing when the position actually triggers. For example, double check that we don't have the close or the order warning when something triggers. For example, a liquidation event happens and our machine's trying to close or trying to open a position, but they get that close warning. That would stop them from entering. So make sure that's not a thing. Okay, that's a good catch because I have seen that before and it seems like we're low key rebuilding this. Not the order functionality, which is good, but the connection to the buttons, it seems like we have to rebuild. So that's fine that we don't have to do the functionality at the minimum. Cancel. Cancel, gang. Cancel. Let's get some ideas going here. Let me grab this book here. And let's get our agents running at all times. Anytime I catch it, at least. So I've got these agents here that are pretty much backtesting for me, long story short. There's a bunch of agents that work together to backtest ideas that I put here. Broad market action. Dow theory. DOW theory. A flattening out strategy. Flattening out plus ADX. That can be interpreted so many different ways. And that's why I did it. Accumulation strategy. Failure swing. Failure swing ADX. Failure swing MFI. Failure swing VWAP. Okay, so we got 10 more for her. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Looks like my other AI is done here. So let me put the book down for a second here. When we see that, when I catch it, I just have to go grab the book real quick. It's right behind me on the chair, and I'm standing here trying to build this app out to try to save these 40x degens here that won't listen to anybody, and that's okay. I understand it, dude. 40x, how could you say no to that? 40x free money? Okay. You think I'm not gonna come in with a hot idea here of going long? I'm for sure going long here with 40x. I'm longing right here. I'm buying the dip, dude. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. And then I'm giving it all away. So it's just I don't think we can trade 40x leverage, but I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest. And if I'm using 40x leverage, I know I can't withstand a 2% move. You can't. You can with on Hyperliquid, you can withstand a 1% move because they liquidate at like 50%. Binance somewhere else, maybe you can withstand a bigger percent move. That's fine, but over 1,000 trades, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Stuff is emotional. See what our schedule's looking like. Okay, let's go ahead here and see. Done.
Yes, our slogan must be learn, baby, learn so that we
Can
can
earn, baby, earn. MLK Jr. right there. Go. Short. 404. I want to close 75% at that point. Don't show me a pop up. Bang, bang. Okay. And okay. So let's get, I like that. I like that how that worked. That worked fine. Okay. Two things here. The close scheduled at 88404 is good, but it needs to fade away after 10 seconds. There's no reason to have the scheduled closes here when I do that close when short licks hit 1 million. What happened here is I wanted you to pretty much move me to the scheduled tab. So when I click the schedule button of that purple one you see in the screen now, because then that would be a good UX to for the user to know that, hey, okay, boom, we schedule something. We don't need it underneath the schedule close. Remember, we're not trying to make this any taller. We don't want any scrolling involved. Compact and we're jumping. Compact and we're jumping. Compact and we're jumping. We're jumping. We're jumping. Compact and we're jumping, dude. Gotta keep jumping. Gotta keep the body flowing. The blood flowing. It seems like she compacts quicker though these days. The other day, last time we were doing this, she was compacting forever. So I was jumping forever. She compacts, we jump. And my agents are glowing here. You can see them right here. Sliding. So that's good. I'm just gonna keep feeding them with more and more ideas that I either have on my note sheet or in books. You know, just nudge them to ideas that seem cool to me. I got 5 years of experience now. I'm not GOAT. Definitely not GOAT, but um, what do you think of building a custom graph view inside your dashboard with those licks as heat maps? Oh, that's a good idea, Sasha. That's a good idea. Thank you. You mind if I take that? Go get it, mate. Thank you. Appreciate you. I got a build list for the Quant app. So I'm just gonna attack it. Hey, you spread enough. Thank you. Really appreciate the ideas. It's piece by piece. Get the main functionality down so I can drive, you know? I feel like I want to get the car in place so I can do this, stay alive as long as possible, and then keep adding to things that I think are helpful, piece by piece, day by day. All right. So I have her working on that. I'm glad to see that the schedule's working. I still don't know what actions are. I just don't know. I don't know. I built it, but I don't know what the actions do. Don't get it. Maybe they meant to have this order settings in the actions. What I would do is, and I don't, can you tell me what actions does? It's just a blank screen in my view. You don't have to code anything here. I just want to know before I give you my next update. Because I haven't seen, we've been messing with it for a minute now. I think this would be better here. Orders, active positions. I would rather have this whole thing just plopped over here, and then I don't have any scrolling because that's plenty of space. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm about to do. All changes made, summary on lick scheduling, auto fade, protect profit. Okay, I hope that helped. I hope that helped because maybe the project's getting big. Probably is getting big. Based on the plan, the actions tab should contain the trading controls for buy, sell, close. Yeah, so currently it's actually empty, but what we should put in there is the order settings section. And then all of those things that you mentioned as well. Not all of them, but I don't see that section should also have where I can set the leverage and pick the coin. Those two things can be added to that section. Then we can remove the order settings section from the underneath the position because that doesn't make sense. And then the order settings section will be in the action section. The actions we rename that to be called orders or You just keep it as actions for now. Let's keep it as actions. But yeah, let's move that over and then add the leverage and the picking of the symbol because those are actually not even available anywhere. And then remove the order settings from the positions page. I don't know about that actually. I don't know about that. I kind of like having the this right here. Um, and at the top of the actions page, let's have a one line small that shows our position. Just one line, just a quick reference to what's on the actual position page. Be much, much smaller. It's literally just one line height max and put all the information we need there. And it can be kind of subtle. I just, while putting in orders, I think it's going to be important to see the exact position, entry, and all that stuff. So now that the actions page controls our order settings and all that stuff, and that's the main controller where people will put in their orders. Um, let's make that change. Okay, dude, I don't know. Is it me or is it the AI? I think it's me. I think it's me. Got to get better at prompting, I think. Um, I think plan mode helps. Definitely helps. But it's been hours since I've used plan mode. I've been on YOLO mode. I've been on YOLO mode. So I've got my notes here. Good. It's saved. The log here, pretty cooked, honestly. Pretty cooked. I haven't paid attention to this in a minute, and I don't use it either. It's like I need a more robust system for that, but it's just about picking priorities here. Trading hours here. Okay, nice. Risk protection, trading hours, open positions, scheduled.
Still to be happy about. You're up too old. The job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Job's not finished. Okay, let's go ahead and try some more of these actions. I want to try, so I have, what do I have scheduled? I've got a close at 75%. I think one of them is not staying. I think that is the thing. So I'm gonna say close 10% here. Okay. Close, protect. Yeah, I want to change them to both be closed, to be honest. But let's keep it how it is. I don't need to finick. I've done a lot of finicking here. So we do have a lot of back tests that are being created. There's another 130. So we're going through hundreds of back tests today, which is awesome. And it's really good. One of the better use cases of AI I've seen ever. Now, of course, I'm biased because this is my system and the thing I needed done with AI. But sheesh, it's fire. Fire, it's fire, it's fire. All right, she's working. She's working away, and we got these Asians working away. Let's see how that project's going here. Let's go to Moondash, I believe. Nice. I just wanted to see what it looks like during these times because I don't want people to feel discouraged like they can't jump on in. 12 p.m. Eastern. So right now is 11:53 Eastern, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing the vision. Damn, she's really working. We've really got her working these days. There we go. All changes complete. Remove the entire order settings section from position tab. Nice. Go ahead and refresh. Okay, so that's fine, but I see the scheduled closes is still there, gang. I do see that the scheduled closes are still on the active page, but we don't want any of those there. Remember, when I schedule a close, it should bot me on over to the scheduled page with that scheduled close being logged there, and that's a good UX. It shouldn't be duplicated here on the active positions page. Thank you. This is going to be nice because it's going to tighten it up. If it's tight, then okay. Remove this whole bar. We don't need to say order settings anymore. That's inferred. Also, the BTC position, scoot it up a little bit more so we can save a little bit more room. I just can't believe I used to do this over like Skype. You know, like